So I will now call the March 11th, 2021 meeting of the Sports Authority to order. It is our opinion that the items on today's agenda constitute essential business of this body and that meeting electronically is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans in light of the COVID-19 outbreak. Are there any objections? I will also note that today's meeting is being live streamed by Metro ITS on Metro Network 2. At this time, I'll ask the board members to please let us know that they are here. Roll call beginning with Director Atkins.
Here.
Director Bim.
Here.
Director Deering.
Here.
Director Duncan. Director Duncan. Director Farner. Director Farner. Director Gill.
Here.
Director Glassmeyer.
Here.
Vice Chair Harrison. Vice Chair Harrison. Director Hogan.
Here.
Director McGee. Director McGee. Director Page.
Here.
Secretary Nguyen.
Here.
Good morning, everyone.
Madam Chair, I'm here.
I'll just say again. I'm sorry, who is this?
This is Frank Harrison. I'm here.
Oh, good morning, Vice Chair. Good morning.
I was muted.
Okay. So I did not get a response from Director Duncan, Director Farner, or Director McGee. Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Bender, this is Glenn Farner. I was having a little trouble there connecting. Sorry.
Awesome. Good morning. Okay.
Thank you.
The first item on our agenda this morning is consideration of the minutes from the February 18th, 2021 meeting. On Friday, you received the SharePoint link, which included minutes from the February meeting. Are there any questions or comments?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor by roll call. Director Atkins?
Yes.
Director Bam?
Aye.
Director Deering?
Aye.
Director Duncan? Director Farner? Oh, Director Duncan, are you here?
Yes, I am. Are we approving
Okay.
minutes?
Yes, good morning. I missed you on the initial roll call.
Yes.
Okay,
I am.
Director Farner?
Aye.
Director Gill?
Yes.
Director Glassmeyer?
Yes.
Vice Chair Harrison? Director Hogan?
Yes.
Director McGee? Director Page? Director Page?
Yes.
Thank you. And Secretary Nguyen?
Yes.
Okay, motion is approved. The minutes stand approved. Next, we'll have the Executive Director's report. So Monica, if you would please.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Before I get into my report, I do want to acknowledge, it's a bad echo. If everyone could, who's not speaking, could go on mute, I think that will help. Before I get into my report, I wanted to recognize our former chair, Kim Adkins, to give a couple of comments.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks, Monica. And if it's before we get started, today's agenda, I did want to just take a moment and make sure we all acknowledge the great news of our current chair, Kathy Bender. This month earlier was inducted into the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. Many of you know Kathy from all of her good work in the city, but she was also a Vanderbilt star basketball player. And when she was in school, and I won't give the dates, obviously it wasn't that long ago, but
Thank you.
she is noted as the first African American woman at Vanderbilt to receive a full athletic scholarship. And on the court, she set the team record for assists in a season, and also set the record for the most assists in a game against Tennessee. So Kathy is a star in many ways, and it's also really special to this board, her induction, as we learned that our former board member, Chuck Merriweather, was the one that nominated Kathy, and he was also a inductee, and it's just super special, such an honor, and we just want to say congratulations. Thank you, Monica, for letting me share that good news.
So if I might, thank you so much, Director Kim, and for you, Monica. I just want to say that I am truly humbled and honored to receive this accolade. And I certainly, my heart ran to Chuck Merriweather, who I had the opportunity to serve with. He's a great board member, but I called him a gentle giant, and we miss him so much. And so I just want to say thank you to this board and for those kind words. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Kathy. We obviously are so proud of you. You have the agenda on the screen. You can see it before you. Following my report, we'll have the Finance Committee report, followed by updates on the Mls Stadium and also First Horizon Park. And then we'll conclude with our time for facility questions. Are there any questions about the agenda? So just a couple of updates I wanted to give you with regards to our Women's Ad Hoc Committee. The solicitation request form has been completed. It's being processed, and we hope to hear from purchasing in the near term regarding future steps and what we need to do to get the ball rolling. We've had a couple of firms who are interested and who submitted a bid, who have circled back and are just wanting updates and ready to get started. So we will keep you informed as we move through this and look forward to get starting on that. Also, Margaret Bim has agreed to take over as chair of the committee since Kathy is chairing the board. And so I wanted to make sure that you all knew that and just wanted to thank her for her willingness to do that. If there are no other questions, that concludes my very short report.
Okay, thank you so much, Monica. And I do want to thank Director Bam for her willingness to serve as the lead on the women's agenda. So thank you so much for that, Director Bam. Next, we have the Finance Committee report. The Finance Committee did meet at 9:30 this morning. So John Glassmeyer, Director Glassmeyer, if you would.
Thank you very much. Committee met earlier today. About one item to bring for approval to the full board. That is an approval of the fiscal year 21 position controls and fiscal year 22 department operating budget. Monica, did you want to speak to it?
I don't know that there's much more to say. The request was, as the Chair Glassmeyer said, to approve the FY22 budget and also to upgrade our two administrative positions. I walked the Finance Committee through our budget presentation, and I thought there were a lot of good questions, and as we mentioned, I think at the meeting in February to the full board, we're experiencing a significant increase in fees related to insuring our venues. And those fees for FY21 are doubling essentially. And so the finance department, in determining how to cover that expense, has identified Sports Authority's fund balance. And for those who don't know, and it's something I told the committee we really haven't talked about often, but when we finish the year under budget, the money that we did not use goes into another fund. And so, we've tried to be very good stewards of Metro's resources over the years, and so our fund balance is about $411,000. So the finance department will be using that money to apply towards the increased insurance expenses, and then we'll also be seeking a supplemental appropriation to get us through FY21. And of course, insurance costs aren't going to go down. We don't know how much they will be for FY22, but we will probably get that information in May, and the finance department will continue to work through that piece.
Thank you, Monica. The Finance Committee does recommend approval of this, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Director Glassmeyer. So we are considering approval of fiscal year 21 position controls and ratifications of the fiscal year 22 department operating budget. Just as a reminder that at the February meeting, we did receive a recommendation from the Personnel Committee to approve the position control request, and now we have a recommendation from the Finance Committee. So are there any questions or discussions around this issue? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve. Director Glassmeyer, was that a motion?
Yes, that is a motion.
Okay, so is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor by roll call. Director Atkins?
Aye.
Director Bim?
Aye.
Director Deering?
Aye.
Director Duncan?
Aye.
Director Farner?
Aye.
Director Gill?
Aye.
Vice Chair Harrison? Director Glassmeyer?
Yes?
Director Hogan?
Yes.
Director Hogan?
Yes.
Thank you. Director Page?
Aye.
Thank you. Secretary Wynn?
Aye.
Thank you. The motion passes. Chairman Glassmeyer, do you have other items to finish your report?
That is the only item we had. This morning. I can
Great.
conclude my.
Okay, thank you. Are there any
Can I add
other
something?
questions? Sure.
I would say the other matter that was discussed during the Finance Committee that I do want to just touch on is there was a pipe 3 weeks ago. Actually, it was during I think the morning of the last meeting. There was a frozen sprinkler head at Mls Stadium that burst on the 3rd floor, and the water has flowed through on down to the 1st floor in the ticket office. And so Bob Flynn shared that with the committee this morning. There's a pretty detailed report that they sent to us and that I have emailed out to the board since the Finance Committee meeting. So you can take a look at that when you have an opportunity. There are also some photos that are included in that report. Bob, I don't know if you want to add anything, but they are still waiting for some estimates to come in from vendors, so we don't have a number in terms of all of the damage, but they're working through that piece, and we will work with Metro Legal and claims and insurance and just start to work through that, and we'll share more information as we have it.
Thank you for that information, Monica, and thank you for getting the information that you have out timely to the committee. I'm sure that there may be questions at a later time once we've had an opportunity to review those. So moving on, we're at the MLS Stadium update. Mary Cavara will kick off our MLS Stadium update, and she will be followed by Carol Greenlee with Mortison Messer, who will give the monthly DBE participation report for the stadium. Ladies.
Good morning, Madam Chair and board members. And again, if everyone could please mute. Melissa, can you please pull up our slides? And while she's doing that, I'm here today on behalf of Nashville SC. I will provide a brief update on the team, stadium construction, and then as you mentioned, Carol will provide the DBE update. Yesterday, we announced our season opening match will be April 17th at Nissan Stadium against FC Cincinnati. We're excited to get back on the pitch, and our fans are looking forward to continuing the rivalry. We are continuing to sell tickets for our 2022 season, beginning with our Premier Club, as well as working with the current and potential corporate partners, such as naming the stadium and other locations, as well as other sponsorship opportunities. We will have future discussions with you once we are further along with this process. And Quentin, if you could just please go to the second slide. Eight months into our construction phase, I'm pleased to report that the stadium construction continues to move ahead as expected. We're on schedule and on budget. And I know that I can only see the DBE report here, and the slide is very tiny, but if we're able to get it up, you'll be able to see that it's a view looking to the south end of the stadium. You could see the progress made on the steelwork, including the upper bowl rakers, which are now in place. On the third slide here, you can see the orientation to downtown, as well as the continuing work on the lower bowl and concourses. The overhead view also shows the width of the concourses, which will work well with our 30,000 seating capacity. And then the final stadium update slide shows additional work that's occurring on the with the steel, with the lower bowl seating, and the concourse being prepped for some concrete work. Looking ahead, work will begin on the West Tower in April. The canopy work will be starting in May and continue through September, with the target of clearing the pitch in November, prepping for the natural grass field. Before I turn the presentation over to Carol, please let me know if you have any questions, and we'll make sure that everyone has a copy of this so you can see the pictures at better detail. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Good morning, Ward. This is Carol Greenlee, and I'd just like to start off by saying that this week is Women in Construction Week. There are several events that are planned on the site. Today, we have a luncheon at the site in recognition of women in construction. Also, on the safety side, I'd like to say that there has not been a recordable injury since the project has started. And I believe we are over 200 working days, that's 8 months without an injury. And that is a milestone for us. And to go to the fifth slide, which was up previously, represents the 30% goal that I have mentioned in several meetings before, set by Metro BAO on the project. Currently, the DBE participation is at 37%. That translates into 85 DBE firms.
Excuse me, if I might interrupt for a moment, Carol, could we possibly get the slide up with those numbers on it?
Quentin, are you in the process of pulling that up?
I have it up right now. I'm not sure why you're not able to see it. Sorry about that.
Okay, it was up briefly earlier. Not sure what the problem is, but maybe we should continue, and maybe you can continue to work on that. Thank you.
You want me to proceed now?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. The DBE goal again is 30% set by Metro. Currently, DBE participation is at 37%, and this translated into 85 DBE firms awarded approximately $72 million of work. Of the $72 million, about $15 million has been awarded to Davidson County firms, and about a total of $41 million has been awarded to Tennessee-based DBE firms. As you can see on the screen now, those pie charts represent the information that I just gave to you. We've also provided a breakdown of DBE participation by categories, as you can see, where 52% of the firms that are been awarded contracts have been WBEs, 40% have been MBEs, and 8 SBEs. And just switching for a minute here for on our workforce diversity goal, as I mentioned to you several board meetings, Morrison Messer has voluntarily established a workforce goal of 22% combined women and people of color on the project. And through February, project hours total 157,720. The hours worked by women and people of color is at 47,357 hours, which represent 36% workforce utilization. We also want to take a few minutes here and just tell you a little bit about why this goal is so important to Morrison Messer and the community of Nashville. We believe establishing a goal, this goal is very important. We want the community to participate in the construction of the stadium through meaningful employment opportunities. This is very important. Our goal is to help create careers, not just jobs. And why this exists is we are committed to local workers getting jobs, opportunities, and having construction jobs that pays more than just a minimum wage. We are strongly concerned about making sure that our workers are making a livable wage. So this is very important for our community. Giving workers an opportunity and hands-on experience to work on a complex project that will develop their skills and preparing them for future construction opportunities, something that they might not have had an opportunity to be involved with previously. Also exploring internship opportunities for our local students to give them some experience while they're in school on a large project, construction project. Very important. We're looking to engage the community in this project to give them the opportunity to have buy-in for a long, sustainable interest in the soccer stadium. Community development impact. This inclusion of local and diverse workforce helps build a stronger sense of community and build pride in what you have done in the community in building a project. Our workers have a sense of pride in that they can point to a project that they worked on. And it is very important. It inspires young people and adults to know that their relatives or neighbor, maybe their mother or father, helped build the largest soccer stadium in the country. This project is more than just another construction project. It is a project to engage the Nashville community. And going forward, we will plan to highlight DBE firms, business owners in future board updates. And with that, I'll open up for questions. Hello?
Any questions from the board about the DBE report, or any questions for Mary?
Madam Chair, Melvin Gill, I just like to know what kind of progress Carol has made toward the requests that were made at the last meeting in terms of segregating the participation or getting information with reference to all of the firms, small business, minority business, women-owned business, all of those.
Director Gill, we do appreciate your interest and requests into this matter. However, we are currently exceeding the goals that's required by BAO, and we're following all of their processes and reporting as it relates to DBE participation. Unfortunately, we are not able at this point to gather or request any additional information regarding the certification of the contractors and vendors. That's where we are at this point.
So there will be no continued effort to get that information?
At this point, I don't see where we could further get that information. I would strongly suggest that we deal with the board, look into requesting information directly from BAO on that particular issue.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you again, Carol, and we appreciate the additional insight that you shared with us this morning. It doesn't appear that we've actually gotten the answers to the information that we had from a couple of our directors at the last meeting, but it does appear that you all are have presented to the level of information that you have available. So perhaps our next step is to reach out to Michelle Lang and her team, BAO, to see if they can maybe provide us additional insight. Would that be fair, Director Gill?
Sure. I'm agreeable with that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we will do that, and I'm not sure if they're on today, but Monica, perhaps that's something you can help us with going forward.
Yes, I'll reach out to the business assistance office.
Great, great. Well, Mary, we thank you for that exciting news around potential naming opportunities. We'll look forward to hear more on that. And we want to say congratulations to women in construction for celebrating their day today. I'm always proud to see women business owners. And also, I think it's very important to recognize that this project has been ongoing with no significant injuries. So all of that is good news. So thank you for that report. If there are no other comments or questions from the board, we'll move forward. Okay, next we have First Horizon Park report. So we're going to hear from the Sounds today. Adam, Doug, Rick, are you on?
Yep, we are here. All right, this is Adam Neuse, General Manager here with the Nashville Sounds, and news came out this week that this will be my last meeting representing the Nashville Sounds, and my next meeting I'll be representing the two-tone blue with the Tennessee Titans as Vice President of Business Operations. And huge thank you to the Sports Authority. I think my first order of business on this job 5 years ago was to attend my first Sports Authority meeting, and almost instantly met another new guy in the room, and a kid from Chicago, and that was Burke Nahill. And we were both new and coming into this market and really gravitated to each other. And since then, obviously got to know guys like Bob and Janine and Gil and Adolfo and Dan, Ashley, Shannon, and Shareem are on this as well. But Sports Authority is a huge reason for this, and I think it just shows the kind of the community that comes with that you guys help bring us all together as sports teams, and we all work together and build those relationships. But so forever thankful for the Sports Authority and the relationships that come with it. The next one, a lot of people on this call really helped with the Nashville Sounds becoming the best minor league organization in all of minor league baseball. 160 teams, no doubt we're the best, and First Horizon Park is the best of all the stadiums all across the country. But through this process of kind of switching over to the Titans, and I'm buying into Burke's vision. He's got such an amazing vision of where the Titans are going, the stadium, the organization as a whole. And I think there's no doubt it'll be the gold standard in the NFL and gold standard that the Sports Authority will continue to be proud of, and excited for that change to come. And probably more importantly, leaving it in great hands with Doug Scopel, who's on this call and has always represented the Sounds well. So the Sports Authority can know that continue to be in great hands with Doug, and he's an absolute all-star, as we all know. We also have our new manager, Rick Sweet, goes by Sweetie. He's on the call as well, and you'll find out pretty quick that he's kind of got some similarities to Coach Dave McGinnis. A lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and a lot of knowledge about the game of baseball. So they're both going to jump on and tell the more important things about what we have going. We've been planning for this season for over 600 days now, so we're ready to go and good things ahead. So happy to answer questions at the end, but I'll pass it over to Doug and then to our new manager, Sweetie.
Good morning, everyone. This is Doug Scopel, Vice President of Operations for the Sounds. Before I start, Madam Chair, I just want to echo the comments earlier. Congratulations on your recent honor. That's so fun and exciting to see. So congrats. Big news. Quentin, if you could go to, I guess, the third slide, if possible, just kind of some updates. The first slide there is a thank you to Adam. We put together on Twitter, but we can skip past that. Some updates on the Sound. So during our last meeting, I think we had released our schedule that day, and we had an opening day scheduled for April 6th. Major League Baseball last week made the decision to delay the start of the minor league season by a month in interest of player safety, trying to see if we can get more people vaccinated, provide a safer environment for not only the players and fans. And so minor league opening day has moved from April 6th to May 4th. The Sounds will open on the road for a week in Toledo, and then we will host our first game of the season May 11th, which is a Tuesday, against our cross-state rival, the Memphis Redbirds. So you see it on the screen there, 54 days until our season starts, 61 days until our home opener. And more importantly, the note below that, as you guys know, our last baseball game at our ballpark was early September of 2019. And when May 11th gets here, it'll be 616 days since our last baseball game. So needless to say, our staff is itching to get our doors back open, welcome everybody back here to the ballpark, show the great time that we do over the course of the summer. We'll have 60 home games from May 11th through mid-September. As I've mentioned on previous calls, we are back as a Milwaukee Brewers affiliate for the second time. We're excited about that. And as Adam said, Rick Sweet, our manager, will join us here in just a minute to kind of talk through some of that. I think you'll be excited to hear from him. Similar to all the other teams, we are working with the health department and Major League Baseball, who sets guidelines within the baseball world, to figure out what we can do as operators. We'll certainly, if the season started today, we would be operating at about a 25% capacity, similar to, I think, what the other venues have done. We'll see what the landscape looks like in the next 2 months. But between now and then, we're excited to slowly announce a lot of the fun events and things we're going to do at the ballpark this summer, not only during Sounds games, but we certainly hope to have several other events outside of baseball and get back to being a great showcase venue for the city and being able to show our diversity in that regard. Gwen, if you want to go to the next slide, I'm going to highlight a couple of changes to our ballpark that we've added for this year. Hit City Hall, this is on our first base concourse. It's a tent that was brought in originally for the Glow holiday experience we did a couple of years ago. We liked the setup, so we kept the tent. You can see on the screen there, it's going to be a climate-controlled venue that we'll use during Sounds games for some group hospitality areas, but then we can use it for other events throughout the year. Accommodates groups up to about 300 people, depending on the setup of the room. So we're excited to add that. And then one more slide. Another new change fans will see at our ballpark this year is a new entrance along 3rd Avenue, or what we're calling our left field entrance, and you see the picture of it there. During our last baseball season in 2019, those that came to the ballpark saw that the parcel basically immediately to the east of the ballpark next to 3rd Avenue was under construction. Now that is the building that houses Brooklyn Bowl, the Third and Home Sports Bar that we've talked about. Also along 3rd, there's been additional development of the Broadstone apartment complex and some other buildings. So that's going to be an area where we see a lot more fans coming in. So we're excited to kind of close out the original plan of the ballpark when it was constructed 5-6 years ago, was to have that entrance open and eventually, and it'll open for this year. Before I introduce Rick and let him talk, I wanted to open it to see if there's any questions for either Adam or myself on what we've kind of talked about so far. Okay, then I'm excited that our manager, Rick Sweet, is joining us. He is in Phoenix, Arizona right now, taking a couple minutes away from spring training activity, and I'll let him dig into that. But Sweetie was here with us. He was our manager in 2014, the last year at Mls Stadium. He's been doing baseball for a long time, and I'll let him talk a little bit about his past and just kind of give a couple minutes of his excitement and expectation for what the Sounds season is going to look like this year. Sweetie?
Doug, thank you very much. I'm honored to be here and get to talk to everyone and kind of give you a feeling for the Milwaukee Brewers and how excited as an organization we are to be back in Nashville. I have been in baseball, professional ball, for 46 years. I've never had to work a day in my life, so obviously I'm a very lucky man. And I've been to all these venues throughout the United States, and I have to tell you, Nashville is at the top of the list. But not only the facility, the city is a big part of this. The fan base. When I was there before, every year we would come back as a visiting team, And the fans were outstanding to us. All of our players go, how do they know us? You know, new guys that did not realize the Brewers were 10 years in Nashville, and we are excited to be back, and it'll be another long stay, at least 10 years with the new MLB package that's been put together. But we as an organization are happy to be back working with Frank and Doug and Adam, although Adam will be leaving, which it makes me very sad. I was looking forward to spending more time with Adam, but Tennessee Titans, I'll have to try to get out to watch a ball game or two also and look forward to that. But the Brewers are excited. And we're excited because it makes, we think Milwaukee has some of the greatest major league fans in baseball. Now we have a AAA affiliate and city that is the same thing. Excited to be back in baseball with a city that fan base comes out, facility is outstanding. We don't worry about our players in the city being part of the state and the city. For us, it makes it comfortable. Also, it makes it easy to sign players. With Nashville as a AAA base, we're going to be able to go out and get players that say, oh, well, if I don't make the big leagues, I can be in a first-class city anyway. So from our standpoint, being back in the field, we've had spring training going for over 4 weeks now. We have not had a positive test while we've been going on. We had one intake when we first started. So the numbers in professional baseball in spring trainings through both in Florida and Arizona are way down. We are way down from where we are pandemic-wise, which those numbers are going down. So we only hope that the 25% that we're going to be allowed at Horizon Park now will be even higher by the time the season starts. So we are excited. We're proud to be part of the Nashville. We appreciate the Sports Authority and what you do as far as developing and maintaining this beautiful complex for us to come in and have our young players come and show their skills. And you know, the Brewers have been in the playoffs at the major league level 3 years in a row. We definitely are looking for a fourth. And our AAA club has been in the playoffs a couple of those years. I think only 1 year have we been below 500 in the last 10 that I've been associated with the organization. We're happy to be back. I know David Stearns and Craig Counsell, we talk about how happy we are to be back in Nashville for our players and for our organization. So I appreciate your time. If anybody has any questions on where we're at baseball-wise, I can certainly answer those.
Thank you, Rick, for that update.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
This is Doug again. That does conclude our report.
Great, Doug. Thank you. Thank you, Adam, and thank you, Rick. Rick, welcome back to Nashville. We'll be looking forward to getting back to baseball in Nashville. And I want to say congratulations, Adam, on your move. We wish you the best. We will love to continue to work with you as a Titan. Are there any questions or comments from the board or the Sounds?
Hey, Kathy.
No questions or comments?
Kathy?
Yes.
Margaret. I just want to thank you, Adam, for how enthusiastically you have handled your job and how open you have been with the Sports Authority, how willing you are to take on anything the Sports Authority asks you to do. And I think that the Sounds facility has just looked fantastic during your tenure. I know that your team is a big part of that, but your leadership, I can understand why you might have gotten lured away by someone else because your leadership has been outstanding. So thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, that's got the best stuff in sports, so it's been a fun journey and excited for the next one. But appreciate that.
said, Margaret. Any other comments? If not, we will move into our facility questions, which is the time that we set aside at our meetings to ask questions from our venues or our teams. Any facility questions this morning? If not, it looks
Chair
like.
Bender?
Yes.
Bob Flynn with Nissan Stadium. I'm not sure if this is appropriate time or not, but I would like to bring up a couple of things. One, first of all, I don't know if everybody knows, but Walter Overton is retiring at the end of this month. So I'd like to say a couple of things, if that's all right.
That's fine.
Is this the right time?
This is a great time, Bob. Great
Okay.
time.
So Walter, as most of y'all have known, he's been with the team and the organization in the stadium for the past 15 years, and he's finally gonna go into retirement. And if you know him, he's been a steady hand at the stadium. There are so many things that we rely on him for at the stadium that he's just been a pleasure to work with. I worked with him for the past 6 years, and I actually worked with him a couple of years at the very, very beginning of his tenure. But he's a fabulous person, and we're gonna miss him. But I also think Walter's like a Nashville gem. If you ever go to lunch with him, you'll see what I mean. Everybody knows Walter in this town. It's amazing what he's done in this town and the impact he's had on youth sports and just the community in general. So Walter's just one of the best guys I've ever met, and it's been a pleasure to work with him. But I do wish him and his wife Laura the best. We're going to miss him tremendously. I'm actually hoping March 31st doesn't come, but I know it will. But I know he won't be far away. He'll always be a friend of ours. But I do want to recognize him for his 15 years with us. And I know he was a sports director. He was the executive director for the Sports Authority also for 4 or 5 years. But he's done a lot in this town. He's done a lot for sports. I just wanted to recognize him there since this will be his last Sports Authority.
Is he on the call with us?
Yes, he is.
Walter, congrats so much. We all owe you a debt of gratitude. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Walter,
you.
would you like to?
I'm sorry. I've enjoyed.
We'd love to hear from you, Walter.
Okay. I've enjoyed my years in Metro, especially the Sports Authority, which I was there for almost 5 years, and at this particular time, I felt like that it was a time for me to to move on. I'm a little over 60-some years now, and so I just felt like it was time for us to to do some things with my wife and I. I've enjoyed working with the Titan, a super organization that I could not have landed at a better spot. I also enjoyed being the executive director of the Sports Authority. And having said that, I met Monica's father, and that's how I met Monica and hired her to be my assistant. And now look at her, she's just glowing with stardom and being a big part of Metro government. So I will be around. I think I'll still have the same phone if the Titans will allow me to have the same phone number, but I'll be here if anybody needs me. Thank you so much.
Well, I do have to.
Thank you, Walter.
If I can chime in
Please,
for 2 seconds also and just say, Walter, I am, you know how much you mean to me. Walter did hire me, and I'm here because of him, and he has continued to encourage and support me through this journey, even after going to Titans and just being across the river. But congratulations. And I hope you enjoy a quiet, calm, fun retirement.
I will. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hi, this is Adolfo Birch over the Titans. I just wanted to make sure there weren't any questions. I think you've all heard the recent announcement about our mass vaccination event that's going to be held at the stadium on the 20th. And I just wanted to make sure if there were any questions or comments or anything from the board that we were able to entertain them.
Madam Chair, if I might.
Yes. Yes.
My question, excuse me, to Adolfo was, a lot of times it seems like when we have these mass events that people have to make reservations or something of that nature in order to get included. Are we looking at that in any kind of special way for the older generation, the people 65 and over, who may not have the ability to get on the internet and make those kind of reservations?
Sure, that's a great question. I think it's a little broader than our event. Metro Health is certainly concerned about that, and I know that they're doing a number of different ideas that kind of target those issues in particular with mobile units and other sorts of things. This was a sign up. It's being handled by Metro Health. For good or for bad, there were 10,000. We're looking to do 10,000 in that day. And apparently all 10,000 were signed up and registered within, maybe 8 or 10 hours of the registration site being open. So I'm hopeful that includes a fair number of seniors and others. But I know that Metro Health is also working on that on their end.
I just want to say, Kim Adkins, if it's okay to make a comment, Madam Chair, I just want to say thank you so much to our facility partners, especially the Titans, and all they've done to help with testing and vaccine. So thank you. I know it's not what we use of our facilities, but I'm glad we're able to reach our community.
Certainly. Thank you.
I definitely agree, Director Atkins. Thank you for those comments. Any other facility comments? I think Sean Henry had something he wanted to announce.
Yeah, thank you for recognizing my chairman. Congratulations again. I'm almost embarrassed to introduce this guy now, though, after hearing about Walter's departure. Walter is one of the finest guys in our city. As Bob Flynn said, the best stories around. And I met him when he threw me out of a Little League game almost 10 years ago in the summer when I was coaching my son. So, Walter, I'll never forget you and appreciate you teaching me how to be on the sidelines properly and to stay in a game. But that's a true story, by the way. He only threw me out once, though. But we will miss you and look forward to having an opportunity to honor you at one of our games in the near future. But briefly, I just want to introduce someone that just joined our organization. We just hired a new CMO and executive vice president, a gentleman named Bill Wicket, who's on the call with us right now. Bill and I worked together in Tampa for about 10 years, a few years before that in the Pistons, where we both started in the early 90s, not to date ourselves. And then he decided to leave the Lightning to join us to do a lot of the things that he did in Tampa so well for our benefit. Bill was one of the leaders of our sports council in Tampa. He was the reason that Tampa got an SEC tournament and then lost us many, many more times in getting more of them. But he also recruited the ACC, 2 Frozen Fours, the Super Bowl, WrestleMania. I mean, really worked really hard outside of the facility and away from the team to make Tampa the championship city it is today. So I'm really excited about having a chance to work with Bill again, but more importantly, to see what he can do for our organization. As you all know, I'm pretty proud of what we've done, what we've created, and what's possible, but we're going to be able to get to the next level even faster with Bill The best part about having Bill join us, though, is not what he'll do for the Predators or Bridgestone Arena, but what he'll do in the community in bringing those same efforts forward. Last night, I had a chance to introduce him to Scott Ramsey, the CEO of the Sports Council, who obviously is responsible for so many of the great things we all enjoy and a great partner to all the venues on this call. And Scott was so excited to meet Bill because he realized the few events that we lost out to Tampa, it was really because of Bill's presence there. So it's really exciting to have him and his family join us. And I don't know, Bill, if you want to say a few words, but I'd be careful because you're living in the time of shadows of great people with Kathy's announcement of the Hall of Fame and then Walter's pending retirement.
Sean, I appreciate the introduction, and you're absolutely correct. I'm just going to say a few words and say thank you to you and Michelle Kennedy and everybody here at the Predators for giving me the opportunity to come to this great city. What goes on here in Nashville, I've watched from afar for a long time, and I have the utmost respect for the Sports Authority, the Sports Council, the Preds, and everybody here that does such a great job to make this a sports and entertainment destination. I pledge 100% in my work with the Predators and with Bridgestone Arena, but as Sean mentioned, I took it upon myself in Tampa to do all I could to elevate that community as well as elevate the organization. And I pledge to each and everybody here today that I will try my hardest to do what I can to help an already great thing in Nashville become even greater. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Bill, and welcome to Nashville. We'll look forward to working with you and to building a relationship with you through the Predators. And Sean Henry, I want to say thank you for that shout out. I certainly appreciate it. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment just to Walter. You know, Walter and I go back quite a while. In fact, I was there when he was executive director of the Sports Authority. And so I did have the opportunity to work with him. And then he moved over to the Titans and we were able to continue that relationship. And Walter truly is a gem in the city of Nashville. Walter has a deep legacy around sports and athletics. And we both go back to the Vanderbilt Commodores. So he is a Commodore. And so I just wish you the best in your retirement, Walter. You've earned it. You've worked hard. And I really, truly hope that you'll be able to take some time for yourself. But we do hope that you'll come back to see us often. And just good luck. We will miss you. And it's been a pleasure.
Kathy, thank you.
And I'll say anchor down.
Anchor down, Kathy. Anchor down. You'll always be a Commodore.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Any other comments? If not, we are moving to the end of the agenda. I would like to thank the members of the board, the Sports Authority staff, Metro Legal and Finance, our facility team representatives, and project managers for your input today.
Madam Chair, I have a comment. This is Frank Harrison. I have a comment, Madam Chair, if you allow me.
Okay, please, go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to say that we appreciate the job that you did today, facilitating us through the meeting. And under the circumstances, I understand that you lost your brother. And so I'd like to, on behalf of the Sports Authority, offer our condolences to you.
Thank you so much, Director Harrison. I certainly appreciate that, and my family will as well, so thank you. No other comments. Our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, April 21st, and the Finance Committee will meet in advance. So I do thank you for your time and your interest, your contributions this morning. If there's no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, second. We will consider this meeting adjourned, and we came in 30 seconds under an hour. Great job, team.
Good job, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you all.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.